Derek, hi, it's Dmitry from Dmitry Creations. So here's your board. I'll try to go quickly explain what your board does. So first thing first, let's talk about board itself. Board will not gonna come with TFT card with micro SD card, so you have to provide your own card. I'm using 32 gigabyte for testing, but you can get like a regular 2 gigabyte if you're using for MP3. Man, it's anything under even 1 gigabyte will work. If you have some old laying around micro SD cards, use it, okay? With just for MP3 files. And remember, if you watch instructions, first audio file you transfer to this card, and it will be your ambient file, and ambient file will play while triggers detected. When trigger detected, your trigger files will be detected. So first file you copying to this card, copy to this card, it will be ambient file. The rest of it, when you transfer from the computer, when you transfer files, second, third, or fifth file, whatever, 10 files, it's going to be your trigger files. So remember, first file is always, when you drag and drop first file, it's going to be your ambient file. If you, for example, not gonna like to use ambient file, you need just to use trigger files. Make your ambient file blank with no audio. Also, when you go follow this link QR code, and also you can on my website, that will take you to the Google page, and I have some samples. Also have a blank audio file. So basically, it's an ambient file which is nothing into it. It will play blank and until trigger is detected, and you can activate it. Also have some samples with my Raven for testing. And that's my test card. We're gonna plug it here right now. Right now, card software updated for plug it in until it clicks. Here we go. So it's out of focus. Sorry. And software updated. So if you plug it in and if you get a power and LED blinks 3 times, like 3 times powers 3 times, it means something wrong with the card, or card is not detected. So if it blinks 3 times, it means something wrong with your micro SD card. We put detection mode. I plug in JAWS servo for testing. My JAWS servo is going to be right here. You're going to see it's working right here. And also servo number 2, it's that's my test Raven. That's his wings. That's servo number 2. You can plug up to 5 servos. And remember, we're going to use this connector right now. That one, it's a 5 volt only connector. 5 volt will power whole board. And if jumper is sitting in this position, 5 volt right here, it means it will also power board and also will power servo, 5 volt servo for servo. If your servo requires more than 5 volts, some of them, like if you want to put some beefier servo, some of them like require 7.2 volt, or you can find some on Amazon high torque ones. They have like a 24 volt servo. What you're gonna do, you're leaving 5 volt adapter right here. You move this jumper to higher position. You're gonna see like servo power right there, and so second power supply plugs here. That second power supply will only power your servo. That's only in case if you need more power or different powers than 5 volt. Right now I'm using 5 volt 4 amp power supply. It's enough to power like 4 or 5 small type of servos. But if using like a standard 3 or 4 standard servos, maybe 4 amp is not enough. You need to get a little bit higher one. Okay, like 5 volt, maybe 10 amps, or you can split power right here, 5 volt here, and another 5 volt adapter here, just for the servos. Okay, I plugged in speaker to speaker output right here. I plugged in my LED. That's for the eyes for my Raven right there. Just remember, this output is 5 volt, and if you know LED is around like 2 volts, so if you plug two LEDs, you have to calculate resistor value. If you need help, just contact me. Just tell me what you want to plug in, and I can help you how to calculate resistor. And because don't plug your LEDs straight, because you're gonna burn them out. because it's designed for, it's a 5-volt output. Because I did that one because some resistors, some LEDs, they have like 3 volts, some of them have like 1.8 volts. That's why I put a 5 volts, so it will cover everything, but you have to calculate resistor value. Okay. Speaker here, this is amplified output. This one is basically it's kind of pre-amplified. It's designed for drive headphones or regular like computer speakers. If you need like more powerful sound, you can plug in your amplifier right here and drive your speakers through the amp. So amp goes here, or computer speakers go here, and or for basic setup, just one tiny speaker is way enough. Okay. Also, this software version you'll have it. This potentiometer not just for the setup, will go through the setup, but also to adjust the volume. But it working together with sensor, with the signal level resistor. So you can get small screwdriver and adjust here. So basically, when you're MP3 playing, make sure your LED red one peaking. It's a low signal and high signal. So basically, a red one is just to get your peak signal. Make sure a red one when audio plays just blinking sometimes. That give you good range for your jaw servo. Okay. You can adjust sensitivity right here and value right here. So if you wanna, for example, you wanna get higher value, it's and by the way, it's a backwards. So it's more value goes to the left counterclockwise, less value go to the right. So if you need more volume for your speaker, you have to get volume higher, but sensitivity put less because that will peak a lot. So you have to remove a little bit sensitivity. And otherwise, if you get like less sensitivity, I mean less volume, but you have to bring sensitivity high. Okay. And that's it. So basically, first thing first is already been tested to configure it, and I'll show how I'm doing. And this jumper right here shows setup. Only put across the pins when you need to do setup mode and set up your servo limits. And when you're done, just remove jumper. You can put across the just one pin to hold it, just for placeholder, or just save it. Make sure it's save place. And right now we're gonna put setup mode. So put across right here, and that's your gonna be set button. That's we're gonna use this resistor to adjust limits. Okay. So for jaw, I'm using the jaw output right here. Make sure yellow wire matching yellow output, and one more servo plugin, servo number 2 plugged in. It's gonna be my wings for this one, and you can plug in all 5 of them, but setup will go through all 5 of them. End of the setup is going to be function for LEDs, like constant on, blinking, random blinking, off, or blinking when its audio is playing, when trigger is detected, basically. Okay. So let's go to setup mode. So we're gonna put LED jumper across. We're gonna use my adapter, 5-volt adapter. So it's a one-hand operation. When you're gonna plug the power, you're gonna see LED blinks once, and it blinks, and it means you're gonna be in a setup mode. So we're gonna plug it in, blink. So now we're in a setup mode. So now we're not doing anything. Just and remember, our jaw servo is right here. We're gonna set up limit. So let me make sure you're in frame. Okay. So when we're moving this potentiometer left to right, so basically that's your by default go to 180. But of course, you don't need to do 180. You need like just do some movement inside, right, for jaw to get moving. So you set up your limit. First limit when for example, your jaw is closed, your mouse is closed. So, for example, this position, or you can do like from reverse. For example, we're gonna set up that's a closed position. We're gonna push set. LED blink once. It means your now is just servo. We're gonna set up for maximum, so min position and maximum position. That's maximum position, for example. So now two blinks, it means they're going to server number 2. We're gonna set up server 2. And just remember what we're doing, we set up range, a limit of your range, because you have, for every server you have to set up range, otherwise you're gonna break your servers or your prop. So that's why we're doing and that's how you're supposed to do. I'm sorry. So now my second server plugged in, it's going to these wings. So what I'm doing, I want to make sure in frame. So we set up like limit. So for example, this is my limit right here. Plus set. I'm sorry, I have to watch. So when I set two blinks again, it means you're on server number 2. So we set up like opening, server opening. So again, so the 3 blinks right now. It's going to server number 3. So it will go through 3, 4, 5. Okay, until the last server. And once again, that's a limit for Joe servo and servo 2, 3, 4, and 5. Joe servo reacts on trigger files, it reacts to the audio. Servo 2, 3, 4, and 5, it's a random movement servos. They're just going to be random position. So let's go to, for example, setup number. Windows City, we're just going to push enter. So it's servo 3. So I have nothing plugged in. Servo 4. Servo 5. So it's 5 blinks. It's servo 5. So now we are, see, it's a steady on. Steady on, it means your eyes. So I connect my LED eyes. Also, it's the same corresponding right here. It means when it's steady on, it means it will, eyes will always on your prop. When you rotate this potentiometer, it has 4 different settings. For example, so for example, all the way to the left, it's a slowly blinking. It means LED eyes from this output, right? LED eyes will they're going to be on when the trigger is detected, and off when it's no audio detected. Okay, we're gonna move to the right. We're gonna moving potentiometer, right? Slowly. See, it's off. It means eye is gonna be always off. So it doesn't matter what it does, it's always off. It's on, it's always on. And fast blinking, it's a random blinking. So there's going to be random blinking LED eyes when it's audio detected. So it's random blinking. Some people like that function, that random blinking instead of always on. So I like when it's my prop slides, eye slides up when it's audio detected. So I'm moving to all the way to the left. So move it to the left and please set. So now we're setting up speed of the random servo. So it's only for servo number 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's not affecting the Joe servo because Joe servo only reacting for audio. And servo 2, 3, 4, and 5, it's that's we set up the speed, how fast they're moving from A to B position. And remember, it's random. So for example, right now it's like kind of like all the way to the left. It's kind of slow. I like leave it to the right, kind of in the middle, so it works a little bit faster. You're gonna see it works a little bit faster. See, it's random moving. Also, they're kind of moving, and the end is like slows down. So it's kind of like goes. It's not going from point A and point B in the same speed. No, it's going like start faster and slowing down like a curve. Okay, if you like a little bit faster, you just adjust, make it a little bit faster right here. So it's getting a bit faster. So it's good for, you can build prop like I build. You can build 2-axis skull, 3-axis skull, any props you like. Okay. And when you put it set, it will everything remember, and audio will start playing. So it means you play it. See, now the ambient playing, it means you enter the setup mode. So let's unplug it. So programming is done. Remove the jumper, save it, or put on just put on a 1 pin. Sorry, it's out of. Okay, so jumper is out. So now you finish your setup. Everything is setting here, remember, in the memory, sitting right here. And so let's unplug the power, apply the power, and okay. So audio is playing. It's kind of low volume. So what we're gonna do, for example, in your case, we want to bring volume up. Remember this kind. Okay, so LED is like peaking a bit here, and remember, JAWS servo is not reacting when it's ambient playing. JAWS servo only working when there's a trigger detected. So this is ambient file. To trigger, make a trigger, it's let me put volume down. So trigger has you can do 3 options right for trigger. You can do PIR, loop mode, or trigger mode. PIR, it's a basic motion sensor. You can get like that's your negative, positive, it's your signal right here. If you want to play audio trigger in a loop, you just put a jumper across. You can get like something like a jumper like that. Oops, sorry, jumper like that, and 2 right pins, screws. You put across. It will play your trigger files in a loop randomly. Or you can connect push button or push sensor or something. Those 2 pins, when you're making short, you put a button, or if you have a actor working, you press the button 1 time, that will activate this prop. Okay. So, and for example, let's bring the volume a little bit higher. That's my ambient. And let's, for example, so that's your 1. Okay, sorry, I'm using 1 hand, sorry. So what I'm doing, I want to make looks like short right here. So 1 pin. Okay, it's activated.
Never more. Unless you have snacks, then maybe once more.
See, like LED just blink only once. It's pretty much its wire is higher, so we can get more volume. So move this potentiometer higher, or get volume higher. Back to ambient. So let's trigger another file. Sorry, I'm just using 1 hand, so sorry about that.
As the night deepens, the boundaries between worlds blur, and the raven's call heralds the descent into a realm where reality and nightmares intertwine.
Okay, so this is it. So let's unplug it. So you see, like JAWS is working, and you're at the same time you have a random motion for servo 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so you can build your Traxxas skull, perhaps like that, or use your imagination. Okay, just let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and so your board is going out to you. I'm gonna send email with this video, and enjoy. Any questions, please contact me. So please buy a good quality 5-volt at least 4M adapter, and my website you should see the link what adapter I'm using. If you want to use a PR sensor, that sensor we are using, and this is a good sensor. You can adjust sensitivity and timing. Also on my website shows instructions how to use it. Just pay attention for polarity, and if you see no polarity here, but if you're gonna remove this cover, you can see ground plus and a signal that's corresponding to this input. Okay, or you can use a push button, you can use a relay, other triggers to trigger this board. Okay, so enjoy, and hopefully have a nice weekend, and just watch other videos. So and for instructions, or contact me if you have any questions. Okay, thank you, enjoy, bye bye.